the city that never sleeping. Here are 10 facts about New York that make it unique. 10 interesting things that make the Big Apple unforgettable and just might inspire your next trip. Number 1. New Yorkers speak around 800 languages. New York City should be your first stop if you want to learn another language or brush up on one. Home to native speakers of about 800 different languages, around half of NYC households speak a language other than English, and more than a third of New Yorkers were born elsewhere. Number 2. Before New York, there was New Amsterdam. Walking around the hypermodern metropolis of NYC might make you realize that there was a time before all the glitter and chrome. But New York City wasn't built overnight. In 1626, Manhattan Island was said to have been bought by Dutch settlers from the Lenape people, who had lived there for thousands of years. It was then named New Amsterdam. The city only became the New York we know today after the British took over in 1664. And 3. The New York skyline is designed to let the sun shine in. New York City's skyline is famous worldwide, but those towering buildings once threatened to block sunlight from the streets below. An interesting fact about NYC is that in 1916, the city introduced the first zoning resolution in the U.S., requiring new skyscrapers like the Empire State Building to be designed so light could still reach the sidewalks. This rule shaped the city's unique skyline and made street life brighter and safer for everyone. Number 4. The first pizzeria in USA. The first pizzeria in the USA opened in New York City in 1895. Since the 1960s, the price of a slice of pizza has been roughly the same price as a tube fare, which has generated the idea of pizza principle among economists. Number 5. New York has the largest store of gold in the world. If you're a fan of bank heist movies, you might already know that the Federal Reserve Bank of New York on Wall Street is famous for having the largest store of gold in the world. Another of the unique facts about New York City is that the 7,000 tons of bullion it holds are around 5% of all gold ever mined globally. If you were hoping to be able to see it with your own eyes, that's unlikely. You can, however, learn about its fascinating history and the role it plays in the global economy on a tour of the financial district. Number 6. The Big Apple is named after horse racing. The story behind New York's nickname, the Big Apple, actually starts at the racetrack and has nothing to do with the fruit. In the 1920s, sports journalist John J. Fitzgerald began using the term in his horse racing columns, quoting jockeys and trainers who referred to New York's lucrative races as the Big Apple everyone wanted to win. His phrase caught on, and for most people today, the Big Apple refers to New York City itself. Number 7. New Yorkers have access to over 50 million free books. As the saying goes, knowledge is power. And with a New York City library card, locals have access to over 50 million books, making it a truly powerful possession. Open to the general public, the New York Public Library is the 3rd largest in the world and a must-visit for book lovers. Number 8. Pearls, sort of, line the streets of NYC. One of the most incredible facts about New York is that oyster shells were used to pave what is now present-day Pearl Street and other areas. The Dutch traders who founded New Amsterdam were blown away by the huge number of oysters on Ellis and Liberty Island and used the shells to help pave the city's early streets. The real pearl on New York City's streets today are the street food vendors that line the streets. Number 9. Cab drivers can be fined for honking their horns. Thinking of the Big Apple, one of the first things that spring to mind is the bustling streets with yellow cabs honking their horns. But in reality, cab drivers are fined heavily for unnecessary honking. They are only allowed to use their horns for emergencies. Number 10. New Yorkers drink 7 times more coffee than the rest of the U.S. Looking to fit in with local New Yorkers? Then you'll want to sit outside a cafe with a large iced coffee or walk the streets as you sip a brew from your favorite coffee shop. According to data collected from a global health survey, one of the craziest NYC facts is that New Yorkers drink 7 times as much coffee as their fellow Americans. Never slowing down, residents of the city that never sleeps are also the healthiest urbanites in the country.